Barnes and Leslie. Welcome to Monday. We are your Morning X. I'm Barnes. That's Leslie. We've got $1,000 just sitting here. Someone's going to get a chance to win it. I know the Show Quiz Showdown is coming up next. Also, new tickets this week, and they're good ones. We'll tell you about it when we get to the Morning X ticket window. Right now, Sleaze is brought to you by McDonald's. Archways to Opportunity helps employees achieve their dreams. To learn more, visit mcdonalds.com.
Kelsey Grammer sharing new details about the tragic murder of his beloved sister nearly 50 years ago, the grief he endured, and his hope to help others heal. He just did this interview with Diane Sawyer about the book. It's called Karen, A Brother Remembers. He got very emotional in this interview. It's coming out May the 6th, the book, talking about his youngest sister. She was kidnapped and murdered at the age of 18. In the book, he talks about the faces in the police report for the first time.
Karen was put in the back. She was blindfolded at first. She kept saying, please don't let him kill me. Don't let them kill me.
They take her to an apartment.
Yeah.
They rape her.
And they put her in a room, in a bedroom, and they went in and took turns with her.
And then they brought her back out and drove her
to this trailer park.
with a 4-inch blade. They struck her over and over. 42 times?
42 stab wounds, yeah.
And that loving brother, now a man in his 60s, even goes to the site where she was stabbed.
To the Red Lobster where she worked, to the parking lot where she was spotted, to the place where she was stabbed and crawled where she would die.
He learned from the police report how she fought to live while trying to crawl towards help.
She still crawled.
That's awful. I never heard that story. The book, comes out tomorrow. But do you remember his girlfriend, his fiance or girlfriend, was also murdered in L.A.? Remember that? There was a Dateline.
That's right. And I'm wondering, it's like all of this emotion after all of these years. He talked about when he was doing his show, how he was just messed up all the time. I didn't know that either. But he got very emotional also talking about standing at the crossroads where his sister was murdered.
And he says it was in these moments, after all the decades of suffering and trying to numb the pain, he could feel his sister urging him to write her story and move on from his grief about her death to the beauty of her life.
I spent a long time on her death and very little on her life. And that's what I hope people will take. Spend time on the life you lost. Spend time on the life you shared, rather than the day you lost it. The mission is to heal, but the mission is also to help heal other people. And by introducing them to Karen, it is my hope that they're reintroducing themselves to the loved ones they've lost in the same way.
Man, I had no idea that he had all that in his life.
Absolutely no idea. This was really sad news. Remember Jill Sobule, the song I Kissed a Girl that we played ages ago?
Yeah.
Died at the age of 66. She was in a house fire while staying with friends in this suburb in Minneapolis. Her manager said the friends lost Jill, their house, and their dogs. How freaking tragic is that?
But the friends lived or they weren't there?
I don't think they were there.
Wow.
It said she was working on this autobiographical musical called F, the Seventh Grade, that I guess is coming out right now alongside a 30th anniversary of Jill Sobule vinyl with her song I Kissed a Girl and Supermodel. Very sad story. Barnes, I got to talk a little pickleball for you.
Oh, what? What happened?
Did you see Andre Agassi?
Yeah, Agassi. No Aga.
Agassi.
Come on, Fran.
Andre Agassi. But this is the part I need to ask you about. He wins this pickleball debut a day after turning 55 years old, teaming with an 18-year-old, Anna Lee Waters.
Yeah, she's hot stuff. That was the U.S. Open for pickleball. They had a nice, cool little stadium. I love that. He comes in, dominates.
I saw that. It's funny how all of these, Grand Slam champs are now way into pickleball.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Remember we had Gavin Rossdale on and I asked him if he played because he's a big tennis guy and he hates it. So there's a definite divide between the tennis hardcores. But those guys are just cashing the check. I think they want to get out there and just have fun.
Now, the Kentucky Derby was over the weekend. I saw this, could not believe it. Do you remember Danny Lynn, Anna Nicole Smith's daughter?
Of course.
Wow.
I saw some of the footage. She looks like a young, spitting image, doppelganger.
It's unreal. She was with her dad, wearing the same outfit that her mother wore, years later. Listen to this.
Yeah, I think it was 20 years ago or something that she wore.
So like 18 years ago.
Listen to her voice and how much she sounds like her mom.
Danny Lynn is actually wearing the dress that her mom wore to this event 21 years ago.
I feel good in it. Gonna once again try not to cry when I say this, but I can't know my mom, sadly, and this is one of the only reasons and ways I can. And this is the closest I'll ever be getting to a hug from her. So I've been like on and off tears the whole day.
Very sweet girl.
She does sound a lot like her mom. I guess it was it's called the Barnstable Brown Gala. And you're right, 21 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah, she looks a lot like her, too.
She looks just like her. This is crazy. Okay, Bill Gates' daughter was on Call Her Daddy, right? Casually let it slip that her billionaire dad has Asperger syndrome. What?
Surely she's not that stupid.
How would she just like drop that on a podcast like Call Her Daddy?
This is weird.
What is it like introducing a guy to your dad?
I think terrifying for the guy. For me, hilarious, because my dad's like pretty socially awkward. Like he said, he's, has Asperger's. Like, to me, it's so funny. But for guys, I think they get like really wigged out. But honestly, like, I think like now it's become easier for me because it's just funny. Like when you introduce a guy to your dad and it's like, depending on how he reacts, that's how you know if he's going to be a good guy or not.
Such a good point.
I just can't imagine that she's like, yeah, I'm just going to drop this little nugget.
How does that happen? Phoebe Gates, by the way, is her name. She's 22.
Like, I saw that first. I was like, Phoebe Gates? Phoebe Gates.
No.
But even when she said it, she didn't even recoil. You know what I mean? Like, she just kept going. Like, yeah, Asperger's.
How's that happen? And speaking of people talking about their parents, this is actually sad, okay? In an interview with CBS News on the BBC side, Prince Harry says he would love to reconcile with his family, but he said his dad, King Charles, hasn't spoken to him at all.
I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. But it would be nice to reconcile.
That was all about the security thing, remember? He said he was devastated. I guess there was news over the weekend rejecting his appeal, which makes it impossible for him to take his family back to the UK.
Yeah.
Didn't they want to leave in the first place?
Yeah. And Meghan Markle did her first podcast with some girl who's a total ass kisser. I want to get some of that audio. She's atrocious. She is just awful.
I haven't heard that. I kind of like Prince Harry, though.
I don't know how he puts up with her crap.
The divide in that family. That is your Celebrity Sleaze.
No Contest Wrestling. O'Shea Jackson Jr. and TJ Jefferson with the biggest names in the game.
Give it up for the Dark Angel.
First
First.
I can't believe it.
NXT double champion. Welcome to King, Lexus King.
I don't know if I'd be where I'm at now if I didn't take the path that I took.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jada Parker.
What made you, after the soccer career, go WWE?
The answer I always have to that is like, why not?
The No Contest Wrestling Podcast, part of the Rich Eisen Podcast Network. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.